Oftentimes, when we feel that it's not the time to have more compassion, when we feel like now is not the time to be loving myself, now is not the time to be connecting to the present moment, right now is not the time. Because your mind is going to tell you right now is the time to complain or to judge yourself or to self-criticize or the other. It's going to try to put you into a negative space. When you feel like a part of you wants to be negative and the other part of you is also saying that now is not the time to love yourself and now is not the time to connect deeper to a state of acceptance, that is when it's time. Because that's when you would benefit the most. When you feel like right now is not the time, those are the moments, and that is the time that you would truly benefit the most. When you feel like it's not the time, that is the time. And in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you how to love yourself even when it's hard, even when you feel like it's not the time, which is especially when you would benefit the most. So if you're new to this channel, what I want you to do is I want you to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, because I do post a new video every single day. Also, if you want to work with me one-on-one personally, hit the link that's in the description box of this video to apply for a free consultation. So the first thing I want to share with you is that the hardest moments in your life where you feel like everything is working against you, where you feel like now is absolutely not the time to be doing anything spiritual, like maybe you've been doing spiritual things and meditating, or maybe you haven't, doesn't really matter. This video has the ability to change your life either way, no matter where you are on this journey. When you're in the hardest moment of your life, you feel like things are crumbling, you feel like you're in an extremely negative space, a space that wants to judge, a space where you want to criticize, that is the time to be following through with your spirituality. Because it's one thing to do it when it's easy, but how about when things are falling apart? How about when that toxic situation pops up in your life? How about when things aren't working out? How about when you don't want to accept yourself and accept the parts of you that you usually resist? Can you love yourself then, in those extreme difficulties, in those extreme negative moments? Those are the moments that will teach you the most. Those are the moments that you will grow and turn into the person that you are meant to become and connect to the beingness of who you truly are. I have personally grown the most in the most negative situations of my life. Now, it's when I was at the lowest points, when I felt the most resistance, when I felt the most amount of discomfort in my body. And then I had it within my being. There was a part of my being that knew I had to go meditate anyways. I had to connect to that state of being that is truly who I am anyways. I had to connect to that state of beingness that can just love myself and accept and allow what is happening to be. That is when I had the breakthroughs. And this is how it will happen for you as well. You, most of the time, are going to have breakthroughs in your spiritual growth and in the evolution of who you are when you have the highest level of discomfort and challenge. Because I'm here to tell you right now, it's not the situation, it's not the person, it's not the circumstance, it is the lack of self-love. Loving yourself. That's all it is. If you want to get through any challenge, when you have a high level of discomfort, when you have a high level of uncertainty, when you have a strong challenge in your life and you feel like now is not the time to be doing all this spiritual stuff, Francis, because I've been on this path for a while, or maybe you haven't, that's okay too. And say, Francis, right now there's a serious situation happening in my life, and right now is not the time to be present to the moment, and your ego is going to say it like that, or to be connected to who I am, or to talk about beingness. Now is not the time. I need solutions. Here's the solution. Love yourself even when you feel like it's not the time. When you think that it's not time to accept, that is the time to accept. A lack of self-love is the issue here. A lack of self-love, because you got to realize life will play its cards whether you want to love it or not love it. Things are going to move on, right? Life is going to progress. Life is going to flow. Life will carry on. But are you going to love yourself, or are you going to resist what life brings up? The second thing I want to share with you in regards to how to love yourself even when it's hard is to use the challenges that arise in your life as a pointer to the beingness that you truly are. The way that I see it, there is no such thing as a distraction. Some people say, these negative people in my life are distractions. See, they fall into what you call a victim mentality. This situation in my life is a distraction. How about this? Reframe all distractions, reframe all challenges as pointers to your true nature, which is, of course, beingness. The ability to realize that you are not these negative emotions. You are not the judgments that you have in your mind. You are not defined by what your mind tells you that you actually are. What your mind says about you, the self-criticisms that you have, the judgments that you have towards yourself, and of course, if you're judging yourself, you are definitely judging other people, because it's all the same mechanism. When you have that part of yourself judging yourself, telling you what you are, I am sad, I am depressed, I am going through this challenge. None of these statements that you tell about yourself are you. You are not the story. Okay, you are not the story. You are not the challenge. You are the one that can observe the challenge. And in the observation of what is happening in your life, in the non-resistance of what is happening in your life, in the acceptance of what is happening in your life is the solution. That is how you love yourself. That is what loving yourself is. Loving yourself is unconditionally not judging what you see in front of you. Could be your thoughts, could be your emotions, could even be another human being that is in front of you. Unconditional love. Not conditional love, unconditional love. The ability to non-judgmentally observe what is arising in the awareness of your experience. I mean, the experience is in the awareness, right? So in the awareness, something pops up. Can you accept that? Your ability to accept your negative emotions and non-judgmentally observe what is arising in your life is also your ability to love yourself. That is the truth right there. If you can non-judgmentally observe, that is how you love yourself. Now here's the thing. Use challenges. I went on a little bit of a tangent there. Use challenges as pointers, as distraction. Like use these distractions as reminders to go back to your true beingness. Complaining does not help you to love yourself. When you're judging, think about it like this. If you're extremely angry, right? If you're extremely angry, super, super, super negative, okay, it could be you or another person, is more judgment going to save you? Is somebody that's super, super in resistance going to be saved with judgment? If you judge your own judgments, you create more judgments on top of judgments on top of judgments. And if you have complaints about life, about a certain situation, you're gonna create more of the things that you're complaining about unconsciously. If you're attached to your thoughts and you're criticizing yourself, is more criticism gonna help you? Is more criticism gonna help you? If you have a negative situation in your life, is complaining gonna help you? If you have a person that is resisting and they're super angry and they're sad and they're fearful and they're depressed, is complaining gonna help them? Is judging that person for being in that situation gonna help them? Are you gonna help that angry person by getting angry at them? Have you ever got angry at somebody? When they were angry, what did that do? It created more anger. Guess what you need? You need more love. Use that challenge as a reminder that love is the most important thing. Now, if you haven't figured it out yet, love is awareness. Love is, you are love. You are consciousness. That is what you are. Your true nature is to love anything that arises in your experience unconditionally. No thinking. And if you do think, can you love even the thoughts of you not loving yourself? Can you love even that? Can you even love the part of yourself that cannot love right now just yet? The part of you that's judging, criticizing, complaining, can you love that? And the hardest thing to do when you have a challenge is to do that. But that's my invitation to you. My invitation to you is to use challenges as a reminder to connect even deeper to your true nature and watch how life becomes a teacher. Life becomes a teacher. The last thing I want to share with you is that when you really feel like you don't need love, that is when you need more love. So I already touched upon that. So I'm going to share with you one final thing. One final thing in this video. Use life as a teacher. Turn life into a teacher. You see, whether we're on the spiritual path or not, we love to fall into victim. That's the nature of what the mind does. But my invitation to you is to start seeing life as a teacher. Realize that everybody is a reflection of you. Every challenge is happening in your life for a very particular reason. Now, you can view it in a different way, but that is how I choose to view challenges. I view challenges as learning lessons, as an opportunity to love myself even more. So when I have a health issue, and we all have something, there's always something that some of us have. I got my stuff, you got your stuff. When you have trauma come up to the surface, when you have that negative, toxic person come up in your life, when you have this situation that life brings to you and you say this shouldn't be here right now, even though it is, use it as a learning lesson. Use that situation as a teacher. Ask yourself, what is this teaching me right now? What can I learn from this? And then use it as another reason to love yourself more. Use life as a teacher. Use life as pointers to the truth of your beingness. And you got to realize it's okay and it's totally normal to lose that connection to who you truly are, to lose that connection to beingness. But when you actually lose that connection, what you want to do is actually calmly, non-judgmentally bring yourself back to the natural state of peace that you truly are, that can just simply observe non-judgmentally what is happening in your experience. So just understand that a lack of love is one of the biggest issues on this planet right now. When you can choose to step into that space of observation and love, regardless of what is arising in your experience, and realize that sense of I exist is always there beneath the surface, that is when you will find true peace. And remember this as well. True peace is not feeling good in your body. That's not what peace is. I guess that's another thing I'll share with you before I end this video, because it's all coming through right now. True peace is not feeling good. Loving yourself is not this fantasy in your mind where it's like, oh, I feel amazing. You might feel amazing afterwards once you love yourself, but loving yourself is not always about feeling good. That is a false expectation. Because here's the truth, is that loving yourself can mean feeling the most negative experience in your life. But when you can choose to love yourself, even in those moments, that is peace. That is peace. True peace is not feeling good all the time and putting on this spiritual front where truly you feel negative on the inside, but you're pretending to be spiritual or pretending to be positive. That is not true spirituality. That is not true peace. True peace is when you can stay connected to your truth, when you can stay connected to who you truly are, regardless of the experience that arises in your life. The experience is not what defines your peace. I'm gonna say that one more time. The experience and how you feel is not what defines your peace. Your peace is based on how much you can accept the present moment as it is. Right now as it is. You're thinking, Francis, I need to change the situation right now. I can't accept what is. True acceptance comes from, look, when you, if you truly want to accept yourself, and you truly want to accept what is happening, it's going to come from a non-judgmental awareness, a non-resistance, and that is peace. True peace is acceptance, and true acceptance is what will lead you to that peace. So understand that if you really want to feel peaceful in your life, the key is to release the resistance to what is happening, even though it might not feel so good. And that is how you love yourself, even when it's hard. Okay? So leave a comment down below if you think that this topic of loving yourself is very important, and comment down below if this video touched you in any way. As always, if you want to work with me one-on-one personally, hit the link that's in the description box of this video to apply for a free consultation. And as always, have yourself a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.